Hello, Sandbox. We're back with another PR. I've got my man Scalvin here. Say hello, Scalvin.
Hello.
And he is a fellow Australian and Brisbaneite. And we will be going through each of the teams and giving them a approximate rating, sort of like how we did the Newbark
Division.
That's the word I'm looking for. And do we have the tier list? Here's the tier list. So we will be going through and using the compulsory tier ones as our sort of measure, because I couldn't be bothered doing up a new tier list with the team names. So let's get stuck into it. This is the Terra division, and it's open Terra. So each week, any Pokemon can Terra, but your opponent does know what the Terra type is for each of your Pokemon. Where were you in the pick overall, Scalvin?
I was number 4.
Number 4. That's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
You should get one. You should get something pretty big in in that. I was number 5, which is also not too bad.
Middle of the pack is usually probably like the most roughest because you really got to go with the flow. But I found I had a really solid plan, and I had plenty of backups, and I think over the entire draft, I only missed out on getting one Pokemon, but I semi-expected it to get drafted. And it is actually in the first team we're going to be looking at.
Oh, fucking Burst. I'm so sick of his shit. Anyway, so we got Burst team and the Chambana Shellos. Do you want to go through his picks for me?
All right. Well, as I said, one of mine was taken right away, and that was the Drifloon. And I did expect it to be picked up because his first one is the Grookey, and we obviously know the combo between Grookey and Drifloon. I'm pretty sure someone on your division has also picked up those as a duo.
Very similar team.
Yes.
And it is not a sort of hidden tech in Little Cup, the old Grookey Drifloon. Not going to lie, Burst's last season, he had 3 of these Pokemon, and he's gone back for round 2. So last time he had Grookey, he had Drifloon, and he had the Numel.
Okay. Yeah, I can see the Numel.
Numel is fucking cooked. So yeah, then he's got the Chinchou and the Hatena. Chinchou's tier 2, Hatena Varoom tier 3. I had Varoom last season. That thing is freaking good. Rockruff Azurill from tier 4, and then his free picks being tier 4 Hoot Hoot, tier 2 Mankey, tier 1 Numel, and tier 4 Swaddle. So what do you think about this team?
Well, as you mentioned with getting the Numel as well, it does make sense that though like Numel and Grookey being of course the fire and grass portion of the fire water grass core, and he picked up a pretty solid water in Chinchou.
Yeah, I've used Chinchou in not Little Cup Draft League, but in just Little Cup online tours. No, still VGC tours. I had a team last gen that was built around what's the Hippopotas, but not the sand ability. It's ability that get boosted by the sand. The damage gets boosted by
Sand Force.
Sand Force, yeah. So it was...
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, so it was Yawn Curse, Rock Slide, Ground Move, and then Chinchou and Cinderace, little guy. Not Reboot. Next one down. What is it?
Scorbunny.
Yes. Chinchou, and then my grass type was Cottony. And then, it was a good little team.
Yeah. Well, let's have a look again at this one. Another really good thing that I like about this is actually the Grookey with the grassy terrain protects a lot of his mons from ground. Like he's got 4 ground weak mons, I'm counting.
At least. Yeah, so Chinchou, Varoom, especially Varoom,
Numel,
and the Rockruff.
Yep.
Yeah.
Especially important that both Numel and Chinchou both being higher tier picks, being protected by the grassy terrain.
100%, 100%. Yeah, on top of that, like Hatena's like a super consistent Trick Room setter, just with Magic Bounce being
Magic Bounce,
super,
sets Trick Room.
super
Yep.
good, super good. Slap a sash on it or make it bulky. It can't be taunted, so that's really nice. Azurill, I think, is great value in tier 4.
Yep.
Huge power belly drum or huge power choice band. It just does work.
What I think when I look at this team is it is a lot more physical strong, like a lot more heavy attackers. Like on the special side, yes, he's got the Hatena, Drifloon, but both of those are usually relegated to support side of things. His next one's the Nummel, but outside of that, he's got not much else on the special side.
Yeah, that is true. So Intimidate sort of hampers his
Intimidate,
team a bit,
yes,
but
he does have the Mankey for hating on Intimidate, but even on that front, you can still deal with a lot of physical attackers through burning them or even just setting up a Reflect.
Yeah, I wouldn't go past Hoot Hoot being able to do special damage as well, purely because of its ability.
Yeah, Tinted Lenses neat, but off of a 36 base attack, I don't know.
Yeah, that's kind of dookie.
Yeah.
All right, so in terms of speed tiers, like Drifloon being his fastest along with Mankey, Drifloon's going to have its speed double, so it's freaking faster.
He's got speed control. Even on that side, Grookey's also got priority as well.
Correct. Compared to the New Bark division, where Drifloon was all of the speed control. It was the only Trick Room setter. It was the only Tailwind setter. He's got another Trick Room setter. He's got another Tailwind setter.
Yep. He's got, even outside of that, the Seawaddle right at the very bottom has Sticky Web, and a lot of his mons have Icy Wind or Electro Web as well. Inchao Electro has both.
Yep.
Azurill even can tech in Icy Wind, maybe.
Maybe.
He's got a lot of speed control on the team, which can be good.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's go put it in its tier. So, where do you think we rate this guy? I find it hard, especially in Little Cup.
It's always the baseline you're not too sure on. I'd be happy with probably an A.
Yeah, I reckon so too. It's very hard to put things that have like a 2-mon mode in Little Cup below an A. It's just it just seems a lot stronger in Little Cup than it does in other sort of draft league formats.
Yes. It's one of those things where it's like you see it coming, but do you have enough to prep for it? Is the main consideration.
Yeah.
All right. And I suppose the next team will see that for sure.
Big Massive H. And his, was it? Exeter Rugby Bayleafs. Exeter Rugby Bayleafs? I don't know. Big H. What the hell is that name? Anyway, so he's got the Tier 1 regular Vulpix, Tier 2
I reckon
Cyndaquil and Bulbasaur, Tier 3...
And can we stop at Vulpix, Cyndaquil, Bulbasaur, and we know exactly what those three are doing.
Sun mode.
Yeah, and very dangerous to see.
Yep. Big eruptions coming off Cyndaquil.
Yep. Lead Bulbasaur, Cyndaquil, and it's like, which one's gonna switch out?
Yeah. But then Jangmo Oshawott as his Tier 3s, but we've already seen this pop off in New Bark this week. So he's got the pledges there. They're always fun. Pichu Happini in Tier 4. And then he's got Tier 2 Drillbur, Tier 2 Gimmighoul, Tier 3 Sandshrew Alola, and Tier 4 Wiglet. It's got quite a bit of type overlap here. And one thing I do not like is that Gimmighoul chest, and then there's not a Trick Room setter, because it can do work. I've seen it do work.
10 base speed is really good under Trick Room, but where Trick Room at?
I'm not even sure pledges are going to be able to help base 10 speed here.
You'd actually be surprised. Like, I remember back we were doing gimmick stuff with, like, Inteleon Swamp Pledge,
Yep.
and we would run Turbo Torkoal, and it outspeeds Regieleki.
Oh, okay. Well, then maybe base 10 speed Gimme Ghoul can do something with Pledge.
I mean, look, you max out its speed, it could, like, Swamp Pledge drops, like, quarters their speed, which is ridiculous.
Yeah. What else he got going here? He's got Sandshrew Alola, which is good for the steel typing, but doesn't really have, like, a snow mode. And same goes for Drillbur. Drillbur can probably do more things than what Sandshrew can do.
I really like his Drillbur pickup, honestly, because if it's one thing his team is actually very weak to, is ground. He's got 4 ground weaks and no flying types. His grass type is neutral to ground, and it's like having a Drillbur is one less ground type for the field to pick up.
One less strong ground type for the field to pick
up.
Yeah. But yeah, like clear sun mode. And I guess pledges as well. Beyond that, like, not having fake out. Oh, he has got fake out. He's got Pichu.
He's got fake out and Pichu, which is like... It's...
Pichu?
Yeah.
Really lacks stats. That's its problem.
Yeah, it's got good utility. I mean, hey, we're bringing it up because it has fake out support.
Has Nuzzle, has Electro Web.
The other thing I would... Like, Lightning Rod would be really good, but what water types is he really protecting? The Oshawott and Wiglet? Sure, but, like, again, bringing back to he has 4 Mons weak to ground, like, I don't think Oshawott and Wiglet really will cut it.
Yeah, no, agreed. Yeah, I think, and just looking at the sort of team, I feel like it really lacks raw stats as well. There's like some big tier 1s you can pick up that have like close to 400 base stat total, and he's gone Vulpix, which has got a busted ability, but maybe he should have gone a bit more top heavy down the bottom here and got one of those big close to 400 base stat total mons, like a Yanmar or a Nose Pass or something like that, or even the Fighting Bear Cubfu.
Yep, Cubfu.
Yeah. Something like that would be just to give it raw stats, because he's very sort of like a big support piece on this is going to be that Pichu, and it's got a base stat total that's not even worth looking at.
Yep.
Yeah, so I feel like base stat total's probably lacking a bit here.
The other thing is speed control. Like again with Gimmickle, no Trick Room support. Is there any... I'm not seeing any Tailwind either.
There's no Tailwind. So
his speed control is purely just Swamp Pledge if he wants to do a Swamp Pledge for a time.
Yeah. And Sun for Bulbasaur. Plus then, of course, the obvious Icy Winds and Electro Webs and Nuzzles and stuff like that. But just a little less reliable than the faster sort of Tailwind or something along those lines.
Yes.
So in terms of rating this team, I think I would probably put this high. So we've got SA, B, C. I'd probably put it high B. I just feel like it's missing a lot of pieces that really this team would like. Like it has some real cool shit on it though.
Like as I said, the big 3, the Sun Trio do actually look very scary, like on paper and just to prep for. But the thing is, you do get to prep against it.
Yeah, exactly. All right, let's move on to Luke F and his team, the Chunker Munkers. So he has Ponyard as his tier 1, Scraggy and Phantump as his tier 2s, Flabebe, Fuecoco as tier 3s, Flittle and Igglybuff as tier 4s, Elekid as his free tier 1, Barboach as his free tier 4, Wingull as his free tier 4, and Skrelp as his free tier 2. First thing off the bat, this is the kind of support you want in a team. He has Follow Me. He has Fake Out. Fake Out from a good mon. He has got Intimidate Deterrent times 2 if you count Igglybuff.
Which is really good because his first 3, a lot of his high tier mons are definitely a lot more on the physical side. Pawniard, Scraggy, Phantup, and the Elekid.
Yeah, 100%.
Elekid can go mixed, but it has a really good coverage on the physical side.
Yeah, it does.
All of the elemental punches.
Yeah, exactly. But then he's got Fuecoco as a special attacker. Flittle's quite a good pick in tier 4. Like, of course, speed boost. It's just, again, its base stat total's quite low. Flabebe's great, like Pollen Puff. Has he got a... last season I had Flabebe and Skidoo, and so I would just Pedal Blizzard.
Okay.
So Pedal Blizzard Flabebe next to...
activating the Sap Sipper.
Yeah, and then plus Flabebe protects it with
Leaf Guard?
Flower Guard.
Anytime I look at Flabebe and the one other mon with the ability, I always look at Symbiosis and I'm like, there is some janky things I can do here.
100%.
Like, definitely a really fun ability that I feel is just not explored enough.
Yeah. And then, like, has he got a Trick Room? Oh, yeah, he's got a Trick Room Setter and Phantup. He's got one...
And Flittle.
Oh, Flittle, of course. And he's got one of the fastest Tailwind setters in Wingull.
A really good thing with the Trick Room on Phantump is the Ghost typing. Helps it get around Fake Out.
Yep. Then he's probably got one of, if not the best Fake Out mon in Little Cup, being Scraggy. And he's done a good job of taking fairly high base stat totals compared to the previous team.
The only thing that's really low on that is obviously the Flittle.
Yeah. And Igglybuff's not great as well. But, good base stat total, especially from his high tier mons, like Poniard's well over 300, Scraggy's well over 300. Not 100%.
Elekid, honestly, I was very close to picking it up, but Elekid, in my opinion, is probably the most versatile mon.
Oh, 100%.
Like, so much offensive coverage, so much utility.
Yep.
Like, great speed. Like, such a high utility, very versatile Pokemon.
Yeah. Look, to be honest with you, if we go look at the tiers here, I am more than happy to put this into S tier.
I'd be happy with S tier for now. I'd say at this moment, I would say it's at least stands one tier above the last two for now.
Yeah. He's phenomenal Pokemon that really high base stat totals and All right, let's move on to probably the worst team I've ever seen in my entire life.
Lay it on me. Tell me everything that's horrible about my team so I can make changes.
Mystery Gift Porygon and its coach you.
Hello.
No, so you've done a good job with some BST Pokemon here as well. So we've got Fungus as your tier 1, Squirtle and Zorua as your tier 2s, Blitzel and Sandile as your tier 3s, Pikipek and Chingling as your tier 4s, Timber as your free tier 2, Milcery as your free tier 4, Litleo as your free tier 1, and Roly-Coly as your free tier 4. So what was your process here? Fungus being your first pick, I'm pretty sure.
So my entire draft plan is all based around the Fire, Water, Grass core. And when I looked at how the tiering is set up, there were 9 fire types in tier 1, and 3 of the fire types in tier 2 looked absolutely astounding. So I'm like, I'll leave that fire type for the very end because there's so many of them. I'm always going to be able to pick up a really good one.
100%.
Sorry.
They're really strong. The fire types in Little Cup are really strong. Like Litleo and Houndour are 2 of the ones that really stand out to me with their quite high base stat total.
The one that stand out to me that I was very close to picking up over the Litleo and is still open is Magby.
Oh, did no one pick up Magby?
No.
Man.
The only reason I picked up Litleo over the Magby was it just has better bulk, and a lot of my team, I've got good BST, but a bunch of the mons are just a bit more on the frailer side, so having something a bit more reliably bulky.
Yeah, yeah.
Just what I wanted at the end. But we're talking about my first 2 picks. So I secured what I believe is the best grass type. As for the water type, look, it is a tier 2 pick, so it's hard to say it is the best water type. However, I would say it's the best water type to pair up with Fungus.
Oh, it offers a lot. Squirtle offers a shitload, both offensive and support.
Mm-hmm.
It's I think Squirtle's a great pickup. Masto picked it up in New Bark. I had it season 1 of Sandbox Draft League, and it did. It's done work every time I've seen it drafted in a Little Cup team. So 100%, yeah, it is a great pick. Zorua, isn't that thing fucking annoying?
Oh, I am the worst person at using it because I am the most annoying person at using it. Now, I don't have exactly the best roster to really mess around with it, but it pairs really well with Fungus, you can imagine.
Yeah.
Because you see the Fungus on the field turn 1 and like...
If you've got a strong psychic type.
It's like, it's one of those things where it's like, it's so... it's... Fungus already causes you to play around it so hard, and then add a Zorua is just an extra layer of BS that you have to just either have to find out or get Sport to sleep.
Yeah. Blitzel and Sandile, they're good tier 3s. Sandile we moved down from tier 2 just because the Intimidators now in tier 2 just had a lot higher base stat total than what Sandile did, and Sandile was a bit more
as I've said, it's a lot more on the frailer side of things with 50 base HP and 35 on the defenses. It's definitely a lot more on the frailer side, but at that point I was looking at picking up a good Intimidate mon, and a ground type is also something I was looking at the same time, and Sandile fits those boxes.
Yeah. And then you've got good speed control too. Like I think Chingling's great value in tier 4.
I think Chingling is the best tier 4.
Yeah. Definitely up there.
This thing has so much utility. And like offensively, 65 base attack is really good for that tier. But you can also, like, a big offensive thing that I'm looking at with it is like Calm Mind, Cosmic Power, Stored Power.
Yeah.
And if that ain't fitting it, I can just baton pass those stats all over to a new mon.
Yeah. Does it get knockoff still?
Yes.
Yeah. So I had
it gets knockoff, it gets Trick Room, it gets Yawn and Thunderwave for disruption. It has recovery. It's such a good mon.
Very good. And Picky Peck's good as well in tier 4 because that speed and that attack as well. What is it? Base 70 attack?
75 base attack, 65 base speed. I mainly picked it up because I wanted a Tailwinder, and after Drifloon was taken, I'm like, don't really like any other Tailwinder, but the tier 4 Picky Pack.
Yeah, no, that's a good value pick. Does it get Brave? Does it get Brave Bird?
I do believe it does. However, the other side that it does is Sword Stance into Skill Link, Bullet Seed, and Fury Attack.
Yeah, that's pretty nutty. Especially in Little Cup. Because that'll knock everything out. You resist it.
Give me a turn to set up, and it's going. And hey, I have Fungus and Squirtle to sit there and let it set up.
Yeah. All right, so where are we going to place your team?
Ooh. Well, it's up to you. I don't want to add any biases.
I think at the moment, your team's got a lot of things it could do. Good speed tiers, good typings. It's hard to match it up against the Sharp team, so I'm going to put it A tier at the moment, above the Grookey team.
All right.
But let's see what else comes, because I like most of the teams to be in sort of A, and then sort of
like a bell curve
between,
sort of tiers.
Correct.
Yeah.
And then C is for just completely unusable garbage.
Yes, I think I've looked at something already. I'm like, that's going to be really. It's got a huge weakness, but
Yeah.
it's not this next team, which is.
Let me just be a boomer and work it out. Kennedy. Oh, he's got the Ghastly. He's got the Deerling and Tepig in Tier 2. He has Mudkip and Noibat in Tier 3. Mareep and Tynamo in Tier 4. Cottony is a free Tier 1. Ralts is a free Tier 4. Gibble as a free Tier 2. And a Combee as a free Tier 4 as well. So, obviously, probably the best Tailwind setter. Cottony?
It doesn't get Tailwind.
Oh, fuck off. What?
Yeah, it doesn't get Tailwind. There's only one Prankster Tailwinder.
Even with as a TM?
I feel like I've checked it so many times. Every time I try and look it up, no Tailwind.
Motherfucker. Oh, really? That's so lame.
I know.
It used to get Tailwind, right?
I used to get Tailwind and Trick Room.
Oh.
Yeah, it lost Trick Room as well.
Oh, really? That's a bag of dicks. All right. So he's got Noibat as his Tailwind setter.
Yeah.
And he's got Ralts and Ghastly as his Trick Room setters.
Yeah.
So at least he's got both. He's got Prankster's Cotton Spore, though. That's always nice. As long as
looking at a lot of his speed numbers, I reckon Trick Room more than anything is just a reverse Trick Room.
Yeah.
Because he definitely has a lot faster of a roster than a lot of people with the Ghastly, the Deerling, even Cottony and Combee sitting up pretty high on the speeds.
Yeah. Quite like Deerling. Deerling's got a high base stat total plus that Serene Grace ability.
I'm a big fan of the Deer.
He's also got Sun Mode there. Prankster Sunny Day with Deerling.
Yep.
That's a thing. Prankster Sunny Day next to a Tepig. That's a thing. So he has got a pseudo Sun Mode. Probably not as strong as
I don't think
we identified earlier.
Yeah, I don't think you can quite beat that Sun Mode. It's a bit of a tall order.
Yeah. It's got lots of typing overlaps here, like Double Dragon, Double Flying, Double Fairy.
Yeah, but it's like with
grass.
the Double Dragons and Double Flying, it's like, you open up to an Ice weakness, but there is so few Ice types.
Yeah, it'll all be coverage. So potentially could be living that. Maybe hard with Gibble and Noibat, but still the potential to sort of live Ice attacks there. I like Tepig. I think Tepig does damage.
Yeah.
It's what does Tepig do? Damage. Just does damage.
Yep.
Mudkip's a bit of a funny one. They haven't min-maxed it very well. It's kind of all over the place.
But in the sense that it's all over the place, it does have a lot of good coverage moves. At least, it like not the widest coverage pools, but it has the coverage moves that matter.
Yeah. Yep. He's got a little pledge mode happening there as well. Not speed control.
Although
pledge,
Rainbow Pledge, I don't
is that
think
Rainbow?
Really...
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah.
I was thinking Wildfire. No,
no.
Rainbow's dookie.
Look, I was I messaged Masso halfway through the draft and be like, we both have Squirtle. What if we just both draft Torchic, set up Rainbow Pledge, and start firing Rock Slides and Muddy Water?
You're a degenerate piece of shit. That's what you are.
Oh yes.
So yeah, this team has speed control, but I don't know if it totally works for this team.
He's got the speed. The main question
Natural
would be
speed.
if he has the power. Like, he's got Ghastly on the special side, sure. Mareep also on the special side.
What's its special attack?
Not much. 65.
That's decent.
Yeah.
What's Tepig, like 70?
It's 63 on the attack. I was just about to... Like, on the attack side, it's 63 on Tepig, 70 Mudkip, 70 Gibble, and the next highest is, like, Dealing at 60 and then Dynamo at 55. Like, he's fast, but I'm not quite sure he has the power to push through.
Yeah. I know, this one will be interesting to see. We can see there he lost week 1. But yeah, lots of type overlap. Big weakness to ice.
Like ice is definitely one of the types you find to be a bit weak to because there is just so few of them.
Until you come up against the Snow Runt team. But I think this probably places lower than the Sun team.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Sun team probably outdoes it, one with power. May not have speed control, but like when you've got Sun up, like you're going to be nuking shit with Bulbasaur. So I think at the moment, I think B tier is quite appropriate. All right, let's move on to the next guy. Who have we got? We got Phoenix. He's my opponent. He's your week 1 opponent.
It's both of our week 1 opponents. Yes, and on this side, he's got a Munchlax team.
Oh, and he's got Gothita.
Mm-hmm.
And Snivy is his tier 2s. They're the same tier 2s as me. Snobble and Snowrunt as his tier 3. Swablu and Tadbulb as tier 4. Growlithe Hisui as his free tier 1. Gimmighoul as his free tier 3. No, tier 2? Yeah, tier 2.
Yep.
And Aracuda and Grubbin as free tier 4s.
Mm-hmm.
He's got Peristrap. He wins. All right, good night.
Nah. You see, you go back to my team and you realize I've got a good Volt Turn core with Flip Turn on the Squirtle. I've got Volt Switch on the Blitzel. You know I can run around. You know I can't be trapped. Can't pin me down.
Double Intimidate's actually kind of nice here because...
Yeah, especially for the Munchlax.
Yeah, and if you want to run Growlithe H with the Rockhead, you still get that sort of Intimidate support
you've
from
got...
Snubble.
Yep.
That's pretty cool. Gimmighoul fast, hits hard, but doesn't have a lot of coverage, so it's quite a Terra
it's
hold
literally just Shadow Ball and Power Gem, if I recall.
And
I suppose Terra Blast here.
Terra Blast, yeah. So Wakeman had it last season, and he pretty much run those 3 moves plus 1 every week.
Probably Nasty Plot on the last one.
Or Protect or Trick.
True. Yep.
Aracuda, like it's a tier 4. He's already got a tier 4 in... a water type in Sobble.
Yep.
But like it's good to not be able to redirect stuff. So
yes, I mean, nice. Hey, he's looking at my Fungus and be like, want to snipe down that Litleo.
I actually think Grubbin's also one of the best tier 4s. I didn't realize the base stat total was so high.
It definitely has the base stats. It still has all the Electro Web. It has Sticky Web, which could come in.
Yep.
The only thing really putting Grubbin behind, I reckon, is the bug typing. It's not an electric type.
I know, it really... I got it thinking it was electric type until I fucking looked at it. Oh, god damn it. It's just... Anyway, I think it'll still do work. But then he's got his electric type in Tadbulb.
Yep. Yep. He still has his electric type.
So he's got a Trick Room setter. Gothita's not a bad Trick Room setter.
Yep.
The only
he's
thing
got
is...
Munchlax to pair with it.
Yeah.
It's like... For me, the biggest thing I would really want on this team is redirection to help support setups and protect a lot of his mons, but even... It's one of those things where it's like it's probably too expensive that he couldn't really afford it. Look, or would want...
If Venonat's on the board, it's tier 2. He could drop Sobble. He's already got the water type in Aracuda. He does give up the Swamp.
Yeah.
But that could be an option. I think Sobble fucking sucks.
That's another thing as well, Swamp Pledge as well.
I think...
And he's got 2 really fast mons for it.
Yeah. And the only problem is Sobble's fucking shit. It's so bad. It doesn't have, like... I got it.
It doesn't, like, its only utility move it has is Haze.
Yeah, and I think, like
not even Icy Wind.
Control doesn't get Icy Wind, which is a big thing.
Yep. Oh, yep. Yeah.
So I got rid of it quick smart. I picked up, not Palafin, Finizen. Finizen was a lot better.
Yes.
Can't believe I said that, but it is Little Cup, so that's all right.
Yep.
So no, I think this is quite a good team. Like,
I reckon it is really solid. Because it's my first week opponent, I've had to look at it the most, and Like, I've grown to respect it.
Yeah, yeah. So I am going to put it in tier A, I believe.
All right.
I think it's going to be below the Grookey team still. I think Grookey team's
I think
probably just
from
got a
the sounds
few
of
more
it,
things
tier
going.
A is looking a bit crowded.
Yeah, we got one in tier S tier, three A tiers, two B tiers. We got 4 teams to go through. Still.
All right. Not as crowded as I was thinking. All right.
All right, so we're moving on to Rockwell's team. Rockwell has got one of my favorite Little Cup Pokemon in Poltergeist. He's got
I
Trapinch.
thought you were going to talk about the Snorunt.
Oh, fucking, I love Snorunt as well. Don't get me started on
See?
that. Trapinch and Krogunk as his tier 2s. Voltorb and Eevee as his tier 3s. I've drafted Eevee every single Little Cup I've been in, except for this one. Snorunt and Ducklet as his compulsory tier 4s. Growlithe as a tier 1. Marini as a tier 3. Fido as a tier 3. And Lechonk as a tier 4. So, oh, shivers. There we go. We're onto the team here. Speed-wise, he's got great speed stat. He's got the fastest Pokemon and the second slowest Pokemon. Fastest being one of the Voltorbs, and second slowest being Trapinch and the other base teams. So, straight away off the bat, his speed tiers are brilliant. He has Redirection, he has Fake Out, and quite a fast Fake Out for Little Cup. He has Trick Room Setter. Unfortunately, it is his Redirector as well, but he does have the quite fast Fake Out, so that's really good. He's got Intimidate, he's got Trapping, and he's got Perish Song. I think he had Perish Song. No, I'm just making shit up now.
Yeah, I'm not seeing no Perish here.
No, I'm making shit up. Don't ignore me. I think it's the Trapinch team in Ubark has a Perish.
Okay.
Ducklet as a tier 4. I'm actually surprised by, because I didn't realise the base stat total was so high. It's 300 with Stab Brave Birds. And I
the
think
big thing putting it
ridiculous.
behind is that times 4 weakness.
Yeah. And so I think if you can have things around that sort of deter it, like, I don't know, maybe a Trapinch, I think that's quite nice.
He doesn't have a Lightning Rod, but Trapinch will certainly trap in some electric types, snipe them down, and then the Ducklet can come in.
And not every team has an electric type as well. So I'm sure. Actually, I'm just saying shit out my ass.
I could do a quick look around. I think so far everyone has had a electric type. Yeah, everyone has at least one electric type.
All right, go Pallet Town. I like Eevee because of its adaptability.
Yep.
Just quick attack, double edge. Or even protect and last resort. Does it get last resort still?
I'm pretty sure it does.
Bloody better.
Even outside of like the damage that it can do, it has some really good utility. Like
really good
Wish,
utility.
Wish, Yawn,
Baby Doll Eyes, Helping Hand.
Baton Pass can come in. Although I don't think he's got exactly the best Baton Pass setup, but
yeah, what's he gonna set up? Work up?
Yeah.
Snorunt. I would love to see Snorunt with Grimer Alola. That would be cool. But no one did Moody crap.
Yeah, although I'm not 100% certain how good Moody will be in this gen, mainly because losing the evasion.
Yeah, that is a bit dookie. With this team, slow Tailwind, pretty good, very good Trick Room Setter, Redirection Fake Out, great speed tiers, probably lacking some type diversity.
I'm not seeing
double water type, double poison type, double normal type. So as soon as you start doubling up in Draft League, then you're starting to lose a bit of your type diversity.
Yeah, but I suppose that's a difference with Terra type.
Yeah,
I've I've noticed that a bit, especially in VGC. It's a lot less punishing if you have two or three Pokemon the same type.
Yeah.
But even in saying that, having type diversity is very important in draft, just so you can hit from so many different types.
And not have to rely on sort of your Terra types.
Yeah, like burning your Terra is in itself a resource you lose.
Yeah, yeah.
So, like, I've noticed this a lot in team building when I'm running matchups. It's like, oh, if they Terra, I'm in a shit situation. But at the same time, they've burnt their Terra.
Yeah. So in terms of sort of where we put this one, like how does it compare to sort of
I reckon
the Sun team?
I reckon it is in A tier because it doesn't exactly have any glaring weaknesses.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like it's fine.
Yeah. All right. I think it might be the lowest in A tier.
Yeah.
I think that
like
might be.
it's fine because it doesn't have any glaring weaknesses, but I'm not sure if it has enough. I suppose the one weakness is that it doesn't have anything that really pushes it to be powerful.
Yeah. Like Trapinch has got base 100. Poltergeist hits hard. Krogunk just has high base stat attacks.
Yeah.
Eevee relies on its ability. Growlithe can hit hard. Has he got beat up? That could be cool.
Not seeing beat up.
I think he had Bandit or Life Orb Fido in his... No, that must have been someone else.
I kind of rate Fido. I was looking at Fido as a good fairy type option. Good utility as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very similar to Eevee looking at it now.
And good coverage too. All right, we're on to Radial. Radial and the Gateway Archaludons. He has the more annoying Zora, Hisui as his tier 1, Poplio and Esper as tier 2, Shroomish and Frigibax as tier 3, Beldum as tier 4, Tyrogue as his free tier 4, Fletchling as his free tier 1, Shinx as his free tier... That's tier 3, and Lotad as a tier 4. Oh,
and Fennekin as well.
I miss Fennekin. So Fletchling tier 1, Fennekin tier 2, tier 3, Shinx tier 3, Lotad tier 4. There we go. Okay, I missed Fennekin. Alright, so in terms of sort of type cores, he's got Fire, Water, Grass. He's got Steel, Dragon, no Fairy.
No Fairy.
Psychic, Dark, Fighting. He's got Fighting.
It's definitely... We were bagging on Pichu for low base stats and only really useful for Fake Out. And
he's got
Tyrogue's honestly worse than Pichu, in my opinion.
But he does have Esper as Fake Out. Esper's got quite a high base stat total.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Beldum's actually... Like, it's got a very limited move pool, but as a tier 4, like, I quite like it as a tier 4.
I actually do like it.
Cheap
Because,
steel
yes,
type.
again, limited move pool, but it's just the move pool that it needs. And Clear Body does mean that it's immune to Intimidate, so...
He's got the sort of ability to pivot his Intimidate in and out, which is always nice. Trick Room setters, he's got Esper being the main one. He's got Gale Wings Fletchling. He's got
Fennekin
as a Trick Room setter.
All right. What you do with Fennekin is you set up Trick Room, you have Room Service, so it consumes your item to Magician something away. Also, Room Service makes it operate into Trick Room.
Yeah.
There's your spice for you.
There's some spice. So this team, it's got lots of options. Shroomish is quite good with Quick Feet. Quick Feet Spore. Quick Feet Fling. Quick Feet Facade. If you want to go physical, you can't really go special unless you...
not really looking... I've not seen its coverage move pool wise, but look, it's 40-40 on its offensive stats, so...
Yeah. Last season, it was used a lot as support. I think it's fake tiers or something along the lines of that.
Yeah,
so that's
and
how.
Fektir's on this roster looks really good. It is
Zorua,
very good
Poplio,
on the special side.
Esper, um,
Yep,
Fennekin.
Fennekin.
Yeah, this is a great, specially offensive team. But then, like, Frigibax is still doing damage.
Oh yeah, I really rate Frigibacks. It's like a dragon type is rare for Little Cup, and that's one of the really good few ones. Few
Yeah,
good ones.
and there's the ice type, so that's hopefully wipes out the ice weak team. So yeah, I think this team's quite good. It's quite annoying.
Yeah, I think it's good. The only thing that I find iffy about it is actually the Zorua, mainly because it doesn't really have any good disguises.
Yeah, and I think it also depends on what you're going up against. Like, if you're going up against a strong ghost type, then yeah, as Esper or a Beldum, it's really nice. Or if you're going up against a strong fighting type, then like as a Frigibax, that's quite nice.
Yeah. But like on the side of ghost types, Esper and Beldum, it's very could you just fire a dark type move into it.
Exactly. And then with that being a dark type, like makes a team quite snarl weak. You get something.
Snarl weak, like similar to what we were talking about with the physical heavy team. This is the opposite end of the spectrum where Snarl will hose you down, light screen, chuck an AV on them on.
Yeah. Anything faster or with a scarf, you're just clicking Snarl, and it's pretty safe as well. Like, if you Snarl and it's not Zorua, chances are you are dropping a special attacker, special attack, and you're not going to proc anything. It's not like you're going to proc a Defiant or a competitive or something like that. So just
the worst
Snarl in the
proc is like Adrenaline Orb. Actually, no, that's only Intimidate.
Yeah. And in saying that, what's his dark resist? Tyro.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I'm smashing dark type moves into this team like you could not believe.
Oh yes, and here I am with 2 dark types ready.
All right, let's rank this guy. Where is
I still reckon it's like A tier at like it feels like it still has like it's still good enough.
Yeah. There's still lots of things that this team can do.
Very good quality Pokemon.
All right, so I'm probably going to push the Fungus team up to S tier. So we've got 2S, 4A, 2Bs at the moment, and we've got 2 more teams to rank. So let's move on to our next team, being the Coco for Days. What's his team called? The Rustburrow Rayquazas. So he's got La Vesta. That's a very good fire type. Meowth, G, and Sprigatito as compulsory tier 2s. Shieldon and Voltorb is compulsory tier 3s. Clefairy and Snom as his tier 4s. He's got Pawmi as his free tier 2. Spinarak as his free tier 3. He had enough to get another tier 2, but he ended up going with 2 tier 1s in the Applin and Magikarp. I don't know why he did that. I reckon he should drop that Magikarp and bring up a higher...
You say that, however, the Magikarp has a very important role on the team. Do you see the big issue this team has?
Fire types?
There are 5 Pokemon weak to fire, and Magikarp is his only resist.
I would definitely upgrade that to a tier 2 water type. This team, like, it's fast. It's got the Electrode H being the tied first fastest in Little Cup. But then, like, he's got 47,000 grass types, 3 in Sprigatito, Voltorb H, and the Applin. I'd like to see even though it's just a tier 4, I'd like to see the Applin and the Magikarp change. He's got 2 bug types. Snom, Coco played in Season 1. He had Snom there, and Snom did work for him then. So I can see
good
why.
To see my boy doing some good work.
Oh, that's right. You did the Nuzlocke, didn't you? With Snom.
No, it wasn't a Nuzlocke. It was a solo run. It was just Snom against the entire Pokemon Sword.
Double Steel types. Like, this team.
Yeah, as I said,
He's clicking heat
Yeah,
wave against his team.
him versus the Sun team is oh, that sounds very cooked.
Oh, I'd hate to do it to my man Coco because he has got double fake out. He's got redirection. He's got some great fucking pieces.
But he's got a huge glaring weakness, and something that I brought up is that fire types. There are so many good fire types, and everyone did draft a good fire type.
Yeah, so I think.
And
Sorry,
another
Coco.
thing, yeah,
I'm gonna have to put you.
another thing for Coco is he picked the fire type that is neutral to fire.
Yeah, and it also like yes, he's got 2 steel types. I guess poor me's also pure electric. Oh, there's so much type overlap here, and
Oh,
like
yeah.
shit types like 3 bugs, 3 steels. Sorry, 2
Grass
steels,
type.
3 grasses, 2 electrics. Yeah, it's hard to put this thing any higher. I'd seriously, I'd get rid of Sprigatito. I'd get rid of Shieldon. I'd get rid of
Just
who cares
redo
about
the
Snom?
entire team at this point.
I'd get rid of
Gee.
Applin and I'd get rid of Magikarp. He needs to, and he's got 20 points there, just floating around. He's got 20 points there floating around. He could do something with that. Sorry, Coco, but you are our first C tier. And that leaves our final team, and that's Sasso. Sasso and his tyrannical Tinkertons. I think the tyrannical Tinkertinks would be a better name for his team. So he's got Tinkertink as his tier 1. He's got Torchic Wattrel as tier 2s. Seal and Execute as tier 3s. Dreepy and Relaw as tier 4. Impidimp is tier 1. Ekans as his free tier 3. Bagon as his free tier 3. And Kricketot as his free tier 4. I actually quite like this team.
I really like it too. There's so many good, like, very good Pokemon in it.
Oh, yeah. He's got 3 good top tier fake out users in Tinkertink, Seal, and Impidimp. He's got the bulk to use screens. He's got Prankster Thunderwave. He's got a fast Tailwind in Wattrel. He has got Speed Boost in Torchic. He has Trick Room in Execute, which is, he's got all the fake out to help that. Bagon's not bad as a tier 3 option. Sheer Force, I believe, is its ability.
Yep, Sheer Force, Dragon Dance, go.
Yeah, click the moves, click the funny moves. He's got Swagger into Tinkertink, and that just funkin' chonks.
Yep.
He's got Intimidate Deterrent in Wattrel.
Like, again, there's just so many, like, I really like this team because it has so much good, valuable Pokemon in it. Like,
he's got Intimidate.
Yep, probably one of my favorite Intimidators too. Ekans is actually, like, I was looking at Ekans for the longest time when I was looking at my Intimidate pickups, and like, this thing, it has so much. Like Snarler, Glare is hilarious on it.
Like
Knockoff.
His 2
Even
tier 4s
Poison type is useful.
His 2 tier 4s are Relaw and Kricketot, and I know they're just tier 4s, but I like to try and get value and get something usable. So I'd like to see him fuck off Kricketot and get something that's a bit better there. But I think this team's another S tier. Like, I just think it's got so much going for it. So much going for it. And yeah, it's just got a lot it can do. I think we saw that in week 1 with Seal being the current kill leader in fucking. What are you people doing? It's Seal.
We're clicking fire moves into the water type that has thick fat.
Yeah, it's it's I really like this team. It's got I might be a little bit biased because it's got lots of pieces that I'd like to use or like using, like the Tinkertink and the Seal.
For me, the Ekans and the Torchic, I was eyeing the Torchic, and I'm like, this thing is really insane for tier 2.
Yeah, I was eyeing off Ekans as well, but decided to forego free tier 3s and went to tier 2 instead. All right, so where are we going to place Sasso? I think he's got to be S tier.
Yep, I think that's joining the S tiers.
Yeah, I really rate this team.
We're both very impressed by it. We're both loving a lot of the mods on it.
All right, so here is our tier list at the end. So we got the Luke F. Luke F. He's got the Ponyard team. He has a lot of experience in Little Cup through a server I'm also a part of called Shit. Let me have a look. What are they called? It's all Little Cup. It's been a bit Deepak, the daycare Poke Cup.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and so that's where I first got started in sort of Little Cup, and he's just picked a lot of the best pieces, and he's won a lot of the draft leagues there. So no wonder he got such a good team. Your team with the fungus, solid trick room modes, solid fast modes, good type coverage, things backing each other up. Same.
I may not have the most experience in Little Cup, but boy, I see some value and I see it good.
Yeah, but you build jank as well.
Oh yeah, I've played
against enough of your fucking teams to think you're a draft league player.
Yeah. The most Little Cup experience I've had is when I do my solo runs with the absolute shittest mons.
Cricketot solo. Do that one.
Oh. Let me finish my Combi first.
I had Combi last season in this draft league, and I only brought it one match, but it was Specs Terror Rock, and it was against an ice team, snow team, and I totally fucked it. Totally fucked it with Combi.
Good stuff.
The Tinker Tink team, it just had so many options, and everything supported really well. We got the Grookey team first with his Grookey team, revisiting some old favourites. Good two-mon combos.
Good duo.
Yeah. Got the Munchlax team. That's Phoenix. That's your opponent. Then we got
very well supported.
Who's the Poltergeist team? The Poltergeist team is Kennedy? No. There it is. It's Rockwell's team. Rockwell has lots of good options to on his team that are both offense, speed. Then we got the Zorua team, which was Radial. Very solid team. Quite the snarl weakness, but I think he can overcome that. We got the Sun team, which just was lacking some options, I think, outside of the Sun mode.
Yep.
The Ghastly team, which was Kennedy, I believe. Yeah. Again, lacks power, lacks base stat total, I think, and that was the other problem with the Vulpix team as well, lacking that base stat total. Yeah, I think just lacks some of that value from the higher tier. And unfortunately, Coco and his Rustborough Rayquazas with the C tier team just click heat wave. So hopefully he's got that 20 points. He's got definitely some things he can shift around there. Does have Shieldon gets wide guard, right?
No.
Oh, what?
I don't have it down on my notes. Might want to quickly check.
Surely he gets wide guard. It doesn't get wide guard.
He's not a wide boy.
Okay, you are just getting heat wave then. So yeah, I think if he cleans up some of his low tiers, uses his extra 20 points, change some of his high tiers, I think this team would be good. All right. Well, thanks for jumping on, Stalvin, and helping me out with this.
No problem.
Good luck in your first season at Sandbox. Hopefully you come back in the future. That'd be great.
Definitely been feeling that itch for a draft league. I'm finishing up a league hopefully next weekend.
Okay. Do you put videos out or anything like that? Or
not really, but yeah, I probably will be posting videos. Just a bit easier,
Yeah, that's what I do as well.
Record the matches, upload them.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yep. I don't do any editing. So
yep.
It's pretty much just me saying cunt until the match is over.
Fantastic. Wouldn't have it any other way.
Am I going to be seeing you at local soon?
Maybe. It's like I've been taking a bit of a rest, and at the moment I do have a bit quite a bit on my plate, so
Okay. All right. Well,
we'll see when my time clears up a bit.
we got you in draft league, and that's all that matters.
Look, you have me in draft league, and at the very least, you'll see me at Brisbane Regionals.
Oh yeah. I'll be going to that. Fuck, I wish we were doing it in the current regulation, not going back to reg, the previous reg. Anyway, that's it, guys. We're logging off. See you all next time.
Bye.